So the plan for this stream is to play like one or two rapid games and try and be instructive. Maybe have some like future YouTube content. If it takes too long to get a game through the pool, I might go into, let's see, arena tournaments and then hourly rapid. Let's see what happens first. I'll join the tournament and whatever happens first, I'll leave the other one. I do run the risk of having two games start at once, and then it'll be an accidental simul. It's happened to me a few times in the past. So just monitoring both tabs, doubling my chances of getting a game. Thank you, Fluke Gambit. Okay, so let's leave the pool because the tournament game has started. And let's, yeah, okay, I think that's better. This will be a blitz game, I guess. There was a comment earlier from Dylan Andrea asking, can you teach a little Scandi? Probably referring to the Scandinavian. White plays a kind of lesser common move, usually people take. The drawback of playing e5 so early, wow, interesting. So queen b5 is already an idea for white. I'm really tempted to gambit. I'm just going to make up a gambit. How about c5, allowing the triple fork, which white doesn't do. So life goes on. Yeah, this is like a really good version of a French, basically, because I don't have the bad French bishop. Bishop is usually happy to develop outside the pawn chain. But it's a question how to develop the kingside pieces. Queen c7 maybe. Just staying flexible. Knight e7. Idea knight g6. And then go for maybe some expansion. G5, knight g6, and bishop g7. Okay, I'll put the bishop back on h7. Interesting action taking place on the king side. Yeah, knight g6. The problem, I don't think I'm actually threatening to win the pawn. Like d4 happens in many lines. Let's still play this. Some potential to play this move. Yeah, so d4 does happen. Now we'll play this move. Trying to exert pressure against d4, also b2. Rook b1 runs into danger. Got my sniper bishop. Was this a Sicilian? This is a Scandinavian declined. All right, now it looks like I can win the pawn. I mean, there is takes, queen b5 check. King f8 takes. Oh, then I take the rook. Yeah, so it's nice I'm hitting the rook. White has no time to win the pawn. And now I can castle. I'm wondering if I can play knight f4. Get in between move. Maybe no need. Oh, knight f4, there's takes and yeah, it doesn't work. So let's play this. Hey, it's the L attack. Hello, I was a guy you played in Starbucks. Probably in Vegas. Because I haven't played anyone else in Starbucks in a different location recently. That's cool. I'm trying to remember the game. We had some like interesting game where I like over guessed Elo, but you played much above your rating. And yeah, I blundered a pawn. I was like worse at some point. Speaking of blundering a pawn, not sure if that was a blunder or just early birthday present or gambit. Interesting move. I should really watch my time. Also, oh, there's a cool tactic. Look at this move. Combining the skin or the pin and the skewer. I guess I've determined the new name for this tactic. The skin. The pin plus skewer. And now I take here.
Played my first friendly OTB match on the chessboard.
Oh no, my
Crushed with the
queen.
London in Rosen, London.
Oh yes, you're London. Good job. Oh no, my quack. Okay, so I just won a piece. Up a knight. And traded queens. Can check. Bishop f1. Okay, let's get the other rook involved. Like rook cc1 is coming. Oh, it can also be called the pure. Bishop e4. Welcome back to Joe Brune, who was also in Vegas. Oh, the Al attack was in Atlanta at a bar and they didn't believe the story about us playing. Oh, that's funny. It's always good to have video evidence. Okay, rook c2. Now it's just a pin. Threatening mate in 3. e1, 2, 3. Oops! Let's take this. I forgot my rook was hanging, but okay. It all works out. How long was the rook hanging for? Oh, it's hanging in this position too. But I guess it wasn't really hanging because it's just a trade, which I was completely oblivious to. Thank you, KB Roulette. Happy 3 months. Okay. So the skewer plus the pin is a skin. D4 is the most annoying move against a Scandi. Wait. D4 for white or for black? Oh, like in this position. It's a funny move, like both sides overextending, preventing white from playing D4. Yeah, this is already like considered dubious. I mean, it's playable. I think the two most principled approaches are either bishop f5 or c5. Usually these moves come in combination though. What are you drinking? This is peach iced tea. Nice and refreshing. Thank you, 926 Andy. Thank you, Geek and Pink. Gifting to Soda Limon. Night Be Free saying, it's great to have chess when the air quality is it could definitely be improved. Not sure if you're referring to St. Louis or elsewhere, but yeah, in St. Louis there's like a warning about going outside. It's like super foggy or smoggy. What to do? So I'll try again. Shall I continue the tournament though? Might as well resume the tournament. Oh, maybe I'll play Nate Brady, who's also streaming. Yeah, Nate is a very avid, frequent streamer of these tournaments. Oh, it's in LA. Yeah, I think like cities all over the country are being hit from the Canadian wildfires. Any recommendations for what I should cook for dessert? Mm, depends on a lot of factors. It's similar to recommendations when it comes to like opening choices. Depends on your style and your sense of taste. If you want something sweet or maybe usually a dessert is sweet though. Or maybe something a little bit risky. Stafford Gambit Time? Or do I stick with Scandi? Let's stick with the Scandi. Because the last game
Heat
wasn't a
and
true
humidity
Scandi.
make it worse.
Yeah, oh no, my summer weather. What to do? Okay, playing the Portuguese. This is bishop g4. It's a slightly offbeat line. Black is prioritizing development rather than winning back the pawn right away. But next move I'll take probably the queen. I studied this a few years ago, just as a pet line. And yeah, in this position, there's pretty like easy, rapid development. The plan is to play e5, exploit the fact that the d pawn is basically pinned due to the queen rook battery. Yeah, what openings are named after food? Fried liver, Nescafe, Coca-Cola Gambit. Thank you, Geek and Peak. Appreciate all the support. The egg. Yeah, the egg. The bad
Sending good
egg.
vibes.
The cabbage. The cabbage egg. Thank you, Behavior. Oh, yeah, the English nuffin. Crab. I guess a lot of things can be food if you believe hard enough. All right, it feels very good to get e5 in. But now what to do? Seems like white wants to play c4 next. Have to be a little bit careful. I'm hesitant to take here because after takes a knight can develop, but I feel like it's probably still the best approach. And now the plan is after takes, I'll play bishop d6, knight c3, queen h5. Get some attack. In this case, I have to figure out what to do. Maybe still bishop d6. There's actually a funny line. If takes... Okay, this is more of just a sad line for white. Oh no, white's queen. Whoa, knight b3, gifting 10. Okay. Yeah, it was a sad line rather than funny line. I wanted to show, there's actually a cool tactic here. After knight takes c6, black to move. Because the most natural move looks like queen takes c6. But I'm pretty sure there's like a much stronger option. Maybe a couple different strong options. Yeah, actually, it looks like there's two different ways to win material here. We can either take on d1 or take on h2. I think they just transpose. Yeah, same evaluation. So the point is, let's say take on h2, king takes, and we take. And yeah, we don't take back the knight because in the end we're winning the rook and we're up the exchange. Okay, back to tournament. I really wasn't intending to play this tournament, but it is nice getting rapid games. Trying to be instructive. Thank you, Dynabass. Happy 5. Go to sleep. It's not even my bedtime yet. It's 8:24 p.m. Bedtime is at least like 3 hours away. So, again, for those just joining, this is not going to be a long stream. I'll probably play the rest of the tournament and then call it a night. Maybe call it a bishop. All right, let's play e4. I don't recall seeing any like opening requests within e4. Hey, it's Pam. Thank you, Pam. Gifting 5. 5 new people have the Pam emote. Good to see you. Suggestion for Scotch, Morra. Okay, it's Morra time. I don't usually play the Morra, but when I do, I try and channel my inner Mark Esserman. Just in to say goodnight. Good night to you too. Okay, 2 good nights. I also like to play e6 against Zamora. There's a few different setups I've dabbled with as black. But it's a dangerous opening. Like, if black is not adequately prepared, there's a lot of ways black can go wrong. And objectively, the Moore is like not a losing gambit. Okay, this is one of the best lines though for black. This is actually what I played in my final round game in Reykjavik. It's a very specific setup. We'll see how prepared my opponent is. I'm gonna have to remember what to do. So there's queen e2, queen c2. I'm pretty sure queen c2 is one of the better moves.
Queen sack.
Queen sack. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. In Reykjavik, my opponent played this, I played this, and then there was some crazy bishop f4, which I don't think I want to do. Let's play queen c2. Thank you, knight be free. 1,000 bits. Laclede with a 500. So this is not really a queen sack. It's more of just a queen improvement. Freeing the d1 square for the rook. Reinforcing the knight. Hey, it's Rasa
Treat your
Boss.
girl like a queen. Sacrifice her for checkmate. Keepo.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's interesting chess strategy. Interesting life strategy. I just want a complete development. Bishop has to find a home. The rooks want to find the open files. Queen digs e2. Did you do that against Geary? Oh, my game against Geary was a slightly different opening. That was sacrificing my queen on like move 4. It didn't work so well. Okay, this move feels like it should be punished. I don't know if I can punish it though. I want to play this, but then
Rosen,
castle.
thank you, Rosen. Let's go, Rosen. No mercy.
No mercy. What's the best way to show no mercy? I think knight g5 castling and then queen b3. I guess there's queen e8 and then knight b5, h6, knight c7, queen d8, takes king h7, queen h3, takes and checkmates. Okay, good enough. So basically forced checkmate in like 8 moves. Except it's not really forced, but it's a possible line. I mean, the main idea, and it's really the attempt to punish Black's last move, is now that the bishop has more vision against f7. It's a weak point. The queen can help contribute. There's even ideas of f4 and taking and getting the rook involved. And black doesn't really have time to kick away the knight. There's also really no time for this. FB3 the third. Hey, subbing for 41 months. And gifting to Axkabani. Welcome back. Too bad you didn't play Queen E2. Queen E2 is actually the more typical square for the, like, just general Morra positions. Queen C2, I vaguely remember seeing recommended in a YouTube video. Shout out to Grandmaster Molten Lee. Has a pretty instructive YouTube channel. And does like a lot of opening lessons. And I saw one of his videos on the Morra where I think he recommends this move. Oh yeah, if my queen were on E2, then it would have access to H5. What to do? Too bad my pawn is on E4, and there would be checkmate. Okay, so queen B3. I mean, not too many ways for black to defend.
What is this nonsense?
Oh, if you're a sub, you should get ad-free viewing. If you're not a sub, then sometimes you'll get ads. But watching ads is one way to support the content without having to pay. If I take with the knight or the pawn, I mean, there's 4 attackers, only 2 defenders. So actually, if I take with pawn, wait, let's calculate. Takes knight d4. I win the bishop. I get forked. Then probably queen a4 I take, and then bishop e3 I trap the knight. Bishop d7, queen d1. Or queen a3 even. Yeah, it should be good enough. We might see takes. But then after pawn takes, it restricts this knight. I mean, there's a line takes, knight b8, and then d6. But looks like we'll go into this line. Yeah, the reason to play queen a4 and not queen b3 is I don't want to be attacked. And then knight comes in. Bishop e3 was my first inclination, but there's also this move. But yeah, let's just play bishop e3. Thank you, Lacrodox. Gifting to Magic Harry. A lot of people gifting. Do appreciate it. This is tricky, because if I take the knight, then black can take, and then take. So maybe this move? Or this move? Let's play this move. Thank you, McDids. First time prime. Thanks for all the hype, too. Level 5 train. Black is still trying to be tricky. Although I don't think b5 is a threat, because I just take it. And now white has 2 knights for rook. Pawns are equal. b5 is now a threat, because the queen defends a rook. So let's move back. I'll admit, I kind of forgot about this move. Queen g5. It's not the end of the world. Maybe just a little bit annoying. Oh, or very annoying. Oops. Okay. That was fortunate. Because my bishop was hanging. Just one lapse of focus. Let me just try and reset. Regain focus. King f1. I have to give away e3. It's still tricky. You have to be really careful. Queen doing things. But losing the pawn is much better than losing the bishop. So point-wise, it's equal material. Bishop, knight for rook and pawn. But generally, bishop and knight are still better than rook and pawn. Even though they're both valued at 6 points. So there's a few goals. For one, I want to get the rook involved. Like rook d1 or e1. Bishop is probably better on b3 or c2. There was a question earlier, why not bishop d2? I don't think I considered that. It would be very similar, though. Maybe here I could have played bishop d2 as well. Yeah, that was probably better. Like, I think in the moment I thought that trading is fine for me. But the dark square bishop was actually a valuable piece to keep. So black is taking time. I mean, there's basically 4 options. Take or retreat the queen. Okay, so I see my bishop's attacked. Let's not blunder it. I really want to find the optimal setup. Like, the knight can probably be improved. Trying to figure out where the rook is best. Definitely not c1, at least in the short term. Like, maybe eventually g1. But probably d1, support the pawn. And then if I can get a chance to play d6, I probably want to. Yeah, this is actually like a nice move. It's multi-purpose. It frees the bishop, but it also frees the square for the knight. And now I'm threatening the queen and the fork. And there's also potential knight e7 forks. Like queen f5, there's triple fork. Yeah, this is actually just a triple fork in itself. Because I fork the queen and then 2 other forks. Knight is so beastly. And it can be an easy thing to miss. Like when I pushed the pawn, it was really about clearing the square. I think my opponent played b4 thinking they're getting rook c1 next, but that would blunder the queen. Knight turned from a horse to a dragon. Yeah, don't mess with my dragon knight. It's also like an octopus. Don't mess with my tentacles. I'm drinking iced peach tea. It's sweet and refreshing. Just like this position. So queen h6. So now it's a question which fork to choose. Might as well play the forcing move. Take the rook. I do have to watch out for queen h3. So I'm calculating queen. Oh, I was calculating queen b6. That blunders a queen, though. That's one way to lose the position. Maybe just bishop a4, defend the pawn. That way the rook can mobilize. The queen is actually annoyingly placed here. I want to play this or this, but the queen was controlling those squares. All right, king g1. Okay, now I'm threatening this. Queen g5. Oh, this is fine. Queen g5, king h1. Although now the rook's defended. But there's no checks against the king. I mean, if I want to be fancy, I guess I could take in rook c1. Let's start with rook g1. Okay. Simplifying. This is definitely an eventful game. Oh, this is maiden too. Queen g4 checkmate. Okay. That was a fun one. I mean, I could have just been losing at some point. I blundered the bishop. Let's do the analysis. Where is your next trip destination? Triple question mark. I don't know, actually. I haven't booked any travel yet, but almost certainly to Europe. I will be going to Italy in August and maybe somewhere before that. Oh, thanks for the first time chat from Emit799. First time watching the stream live. Well, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is a shorter stream than normal. But I'm still getting in like a handful of games. Probably have time for one more game. Oh, where in Italy? I actually don't know the name of the city or the town. I don't know where I'm flying into either because I haven't booked a flight. Somewhere in the north though. Okay, so I was losing in this moment. If black plays queen takes c4, it still would have been a fight. Like have my knight. The opening went pretty well. But yeah, the engine slightly prefers black. Regardless of what I play here. Queen e2 is most common, followed by queen c2. Oh, in the master's database. Lee chess, white scores still pretty well. All right, back to tournament. So I made, yeah, the one blunder in this game was king f2. One mistake was queen c2. Oh, I could have just taken the pawn. Didn't even see that. Because I was scared of b5, but I guess, yeah, just take and the bishop's hanging. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, this will be the last game for me. My final chance to play Nate Brady. Have you played any tennis recently? Actually, I haven't. I want to, though. But it requires having someone to play with and also having like reasonable weather. And today is definitely not a great day for tennis. The air quality warnings and the heat and humidity. Hopefully sometime next week, though. Stafford. Okay, if e4, I'll play a Stafford. If d4, I can't physically play a Stafford against d4. But we have e4. All right. Here we go. Stafford Gambit time. Oh, Stafford Gambit declined. Okay, so this is basically a good version of a Petrov for black. Because if we look in this position, like black is a bit more developed with two knights. And I'm the first one to advance the D-pot. And if takes, there's initiative. Queen e2. I have some vague memory of like looking at this line. But now I can't remember. Because if I play queen e7, there's knight takes d5. If I play bishop... Am I losing a pawn here? I might still have to play in the gambit style. Yeah, bishop b4 doesn't work. What I really want to do... Oh, this could be crazy. I really want to just sack the knight, allow d3 and takes.
Wow, just a year away from the big 50.
Wow. Happy 38 to Brigham. 12 more months. Wait, I really have to figure out what to do here. Like f5 is another candidate move. What about bishop? No, bishop c5. I don't know. Okay, so bishop e7, d3, bishop f5, take, knight g1, knight d4, queen d1. And then I have e3. e3 hitting c2, bishop d3, I take. Take, bishop c5, bishop e3, queen f6. Let's do it. Seems like enough resources to make the game interesting. I might regret it. But at least we're ending with a fun line. Yeah, bishop e7. Wait, what am I even thinking? It's just takeable twice. Oops. I don't know what I was thinking there. Maybe it's still okay, but this is probably really bad. Okay, I'm gonna try and just bluff. Hopefully my opponent's not watching. Opponent wants a draw. Okay, knight d4, takes. Draw offer signifies fear. Alright, let's just castle. I'm down a piece. Stafford Gambit declined and gone terribly wrong. So the good thing is I'm castled, white's not castled. The bad thing is I'm down a knight. And there's almost a funny line. Queen d1, rook e8 takes, and bishop b4 double check. Doesn't lead to mate though. I played this move. Okay, h4 doesn't seem to be the best option for white. Well, what does white do after this move? It's getting spicy. It's becoming the tasty type of spicy. So I'm hitting c2. Knight d4, I just take it. And otherwise, like white can't defend c2. c3, I still go in. And then the only legal move would be queen takes c2. Oh, that move I forgot about. Man, I'm missing a lot of things this game. f5 doesn't really work, but maybe playable. I'm wondering about bishop, even like bishop f6 takes. Yeah, because the threat, really don't care about keeping this bishop. Like I'm okay with the trade. And the threat is to take, and then rook e8. What a weird position. I'm still down a piece, but it seems like there's still some counterplay. Okay, so now I can take. Am I getting anything though? Considering like knight c2. Let's take. Yeah, white's still probably doing okay here. Queen d6. And there's some a5 move. I kind of like queen d6. So hitting the pawn. Oh no, my bishop.
Much love from Michigan.
Thank you, Agranak. Yeah, I really have to stay focused. Like I'm really not sure of the valuation here. Queen d2 is very logical though. If queen c6, there's also ideas of taking. We'll start with queen c6. And the rooks are ready to come in with tempo. Bishops are exerting maximum pressure. White can no longer offer the queen trade. I really have to watch my time though. There's a crazy idea like this and then this. Bishop c3. It does take away casting rights. I think I just do it. I didn't calculate fully, but the point is after takes. If takes the bishop, I take the bishop on c1. I really didn't want to allow white to castle. Like the king must stay as a target. And if I can win the pawn and get the bishop back, I think there's still compensation. but it's still kind of a shaky position. This bishop is pinned to the other bishop. Yeah, that's a solid move. So bishop d6. Some initiative. Hitting the queen. Queen moves, I can keep attacking the queen. And eventually I want to play f5, f4. Okay, this game will not count for the tournament, I don't think. Unless it ends unexpectedly within the next minute. Time is leveling, which is good. F5. Opponent showing more fear. Okay, so there's g6. I mean, objectively, black is still probably just worse. Okay, I don't want to play g6 if I don't have to. How to trap the queen? Not so simple. And queen here. Oh, knight g5 is coming though. Rook f7. It's not a good move. Burning too much time. Really was not sure what to do there. That was probably a really bad move too. Okay, down less than a minute. Okay, let's play this. So g4 doesn't work because bishop f3. I prevented bishop d4, so I do want to play this next. I also open up this rank, so knight g5 could be met with g6. And white has a lot of potential attacking pieces. I have potential defending pieces. Maybe some b5 idea. b5 here. It looks so risky. So my queen defends. Yeah, this move. Had to prevent 96. I really want to trap the queen, but... And rook f6 perhaps? Threatening this. We're going to see the trade though. Up a little bit of time now. Wait, bishop f8? I think I'm winning back the piece. It's still not simple though. It might be down a pawn or two in the end. Although I'm currently up a pawn, so we trade, but I lose this pawn. This pawn's also hanging. And it's still momentum, I think, is on my side. This... Alright, so rook b8. Wanting to win b2. Rook defends the a pawn. So take... I have this move. Bishop e3, take. Wait, take, rook b1, king f2, bishop c5, bishop here, take, I win the rook in the end. Tactics. Okay, in this case I win the bishop. Do I want to take the bishop? I guess I do. Okay, two bishops. Check. Still not simple though. What color is the corner? If we trade... Okay, I have the better bishop. Play this. Always cover g7. Check. Check. Got my two bishop mate. Okay. Oh, what a crazy game. I gained a rating point for that game. That's why you decline draw offers, even in worse positions. Oh, man. Alright, well, the tournament's over. Do I even want to see the graph? Look at this graph. Wait, I was winning at some point. Wait, the position's winning here. Ah, I can start with rook e8. Ah, because of a3, I'm gonna take with check. And what I missed was after takes here, it's check, and white has no time to defend against bishop f3 as well. Okay. I mean, if white didn't play h4, it's +5, man. It still felt tricky, though. Like, white has to play accurately. Bishop f5 was a bad move.
Thanks for all the great instructive content, Eric.
Oh, thank you, Jonas of Vimby. Appreciate that. So I guess if I want to treat this as a gambit, and I am losing a pawn here, but the best way to lose a pawn is just bishop e7. And after takes, here there's like decent compensation. Rook e8 comes and some e-file pressure. Okay. Well, that was fun. Yeah, the turning point was, I guess, much later. I mean, yeah, white should take first. F3 was a very big gift. Even though white's still better here, I won back the piece and the tides turned. So I'm wrapping things up. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Let's send the raid to Nate Brady, who has a Rosen command. In his stream title, it says !Rosen. I wonder what that will share. Only one way to find out. But yeah, big thanks again to everyone who tuned in. Appreciate all the support. And I'll be back in the near future. Stay tuned. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to see the new YouTube video, this is a video that was not live streamed on Twitch. It was a real life game in Vegas. It features a game I played against Var Akobian. I did some voiceover commentary, did some fun analysis. So it's live on the channel. And yeah, okay, now I'm wrapping things up. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys soon. Adios.